Hi y'all. So this video has Gen A in mind again. I recently made a video specifically for Gen A girls, so I'm Gen Z and Gen A is the generation of the children who are the children of my first cousins. And this video is sharing something that I learned from growing up and from maturing beyond just believing what any random person, that I didn't know said. And this is a reason that girls need their dads. But I've seen even girls who grew up with their dads. For example, my background is that I didn't grow up with my biological father. My maternal grandparents helped raise me until my grandpa died, and then I reconciled with my biological father when I was a legal adult. And, God healed that relationship. All glory to him. And so I've even seen girls who did grow up with their dads still fail at understanding this. So because I actually experienced this firsthand, I'm sharing this hoping it reaches Gen Alpha girls because I needed to learn and really let this sink in at that age. So, I have never been in, I would say, a traditional relationship. Holding hands, going on dates, stuff like that. I had a long distance situationship that was on and off for many years with a guy that I met when I was 12 years old at a church camp. And the guy, the last time that I long distance dated this guy, long distance, never saw each other in person because I met the guy in person at a church camp and then like 2 times when we were kids and then never saw him again in person. The guy, when he found out the last time that we dated before, God was like, hey, this is never gonna work. And my family was like, this is not the one for you. Stop thinking that just because you met him at a young age, this is the one for you. He's not. The last time that I dated this long distance dude, and he found out that I was still a virgin, I had not fully decided. I was about to be 21 years old. I had not fully decided, am I really gonna save it for me? Am I really gonna save myself for marriage? And I told the guy that I was still a virgin at 20 or 21 years old. And his response when it really started to sink in was, I don't think I wanna, keep going with this relationship. And this is the thing. The guy had no history of having any truly committed, serious relationships, with marriage as an end goal in mind and actually taking steps to get there. And so what I learned, not just regarding that guy, but other guys that I talked to, is that on the surface, when you see red pill podcasts and you see the high value that they place on women being virgins and all of that, you automatically think that any guy that you come across, if he finds out that you're a virgin, is going to esteem that and see you as wifey material, and the treatment's going to align with that. But what I actually experienced as a virgin, because I would say, that guy was, because I had met him at such a young age, I was back and forth on whether that person was the one or not. But ultimately, God visited me by dreams. My parents warned me, no, this is not the one for you. Even my dad called him a bum. And so my dad rarely says that about guys. And so the fact that even my dad was like, this is not the one for you, was like, no, I have no favor with God, regarding this guy. And so I let it go. But I learned that even though red pill podcasts and stuff like that seem to really value women's virginity very highly, and don't get me wrong, it will attract men who actually want to be husbands. But when you're a young girl, I believe that a big reason that a lot of young girls who are teen girls get ran through and they're conned and deceived into giving it up for free without a commitment, without a ring, without, investment of any kind from the guy, is because of stuff like what I went through with that ex situationship. He did not speak to me like my virginity was a good thing. At the time, I was like, the fact, his reaction made me feel like the fact that I didn't have experience was hindering me from finding a real relationship that could end in marriage. And this is the thing that they're not telling young girls, that dads need to be teaching their girls. And that's why I'm glad, God restored my relationship with my dad at the time he did. Guys who are not husband material will not value your virginity. Guys who are husband material, it's going to be nothing but a green flag if you're a virgin, because that's what he wants. He wants wife material because he wants to be a husband. But guys who are looking to run through, who are looking to play the field, who are looking to rack up their body counts, who are looking to gain status as a bro among his bros, trying to, get notches on his bedpost because that looks good among his homeboys. They are not going to respect or make you feel like being a virgin is a good thing. And that's what I've seen young teen girls get deceived by. They think that because of guys like this, who my father called bums, they think I have to give it up. I have to be promiscuous. I have to, be provocative and sexually provocative, because in order for me to get the guy, this is what guys want, a woman who has experience. That's what bums want. Men who want to be husbands, men who are going to commit to you and treat you like a queen, who are going to wife you up and put the ring on your finger and give you that security of a marriage certificate, license, and all of that, they are not going to want you to be ran through. But those are the husband materials. That's what you need to understand. Not all guys are good men who want to be husbands. There are a lot of bums who just want a piece of tail, as my mother called it. And so this is something that girls need to learn young. And this video is really embarrassing for me to post, but I know that there are so many girls who need to hear this. And that's why I'm so thankful that even when I was young, even when I was a teen girl, and was like, I'm really self-conscious about the fact that I'm still a virgin and that I've never even had my first kiss. Now I'm like, I'm thankful. I couldn't be more thankful that that's the case, because I know that the kind of men I actually want to attract, which is a man who wants to be a husband, they're going to see that as a green flag, and it's actually going to repel the guys who aren't husband material. So that's a full video.